Yeah. Well, so it said it was like a 1.2 mile walk from my place. So I was
Why?
like, all right, I'll do it. And I was like, okay. And then like 5 minutes in, I'm like, okay, this is really cool.
Uh,
There you go.
Yeah. I can't. I think I downloaded Lyft because I had like an issue one time with Uber, and I just was too lazy to re-download it again. I think they're both the same. Just
Somebody's watching.
No,
Maybe it's me.
maybe it's you. It says one.
Maybe it's Maybelline. I don't know. So Aubrey, what are you playing?
You can't really tell.
Right?
This is where the eyes in the sky would be nice.
I mean, so I live in Gilbert, and it's probably like 25-ish minutes, and they've charged me like $50 sometimes. So they're like, oh,
This one, I think, right?
it's really busy.
Top down
Like,
camera looks nice.
I think it's working good.
midnight on a Tuesday.
This isn't what I wanted. I wanted this. Yep.
Thank you, Dion.
What do you say?
Dion says the setup looks great.
Thanks, Dion.
Yeah. What are you doing, Dion? Go back to sleep. What's going on here? It's a practice stream. Go back.
Yeah, no, we're just testing everything out, making sure everything's working and smooth and everything like that. And Aubrey didn't get a game in last time, so we're letting Aubrey play a game. I don't even know what Aubrey's playing, unfortunately.
I didn't get to play a single game last
No, I understand that. What is the list you're playing, Aubrey?
Like release pool parties they have there. So they do like they get like pretty big.
Oh, so he's playing.
This is special.
Aubrey's playing Oops All Mandos, and
He's
Jake.
playing Oops All Mandos.
Oh. And Jake is playing.
And we were like, what do you names? I'm like, I finally
No, that's fine. Jake's playing Kiadi Mundi.
picked somebody else up and dropped it.
Nice.
And like,
So a full Republic list for sure. That's gonna be pretty cool.
And
So,
a semi-Mando list.
and Aubrey brought a list where he doesn't have to deploy at range 3, which is probably a good thing for Aubrey in all honesty. I mean,
We are checking that he's making sure he's not deploying range 3.
right, yeah, he's got to make sure he's staying within the limits of that.
Also bringing Gar Saxon off the table. Nice to see him seeing some action. Gar Saxon of Clan Kreese and Darth Maul, followed by Armor Bo-Katan. And I'm assuming the Super Commandos.
Why Eyes in the Sky is so important here because Todd's like, what are you playing? I can't see anything.
And what did you guys pick a mission? Are you going to play Sabotage Showdown? Yep, playing Sabotage. Nice.
Well, this game's gonna go on for a little bit.
That's fine. We're playing Sabotage. He deployed first. Catalog second.
All right, so Jake has priority on this one.
I know there was something else I was trying to do.
How fast was your
Oh,
change?
I was still trying to find the chat. That
Oh,
was
yeah.
what I was looking for.
No, it looks like Dion listened to me. He went back to sleep.
Good for him.
Yeah.
yeah, I had a little bit more of an event. I'm like, where am I? And I was like, I felt like I don't know. I felt like such
That's what I was looking for. There we go.
Top down chat. Nice. And it's just the YouTube chat?
Yeah, it just pulls it right over. Which is, what can I, do I want to do? Oh, I like this.
That's not bad.
registration for like.
It would be nice to bring a bigger monitor.
So Dave,
Yeah.
For the
Well,
future.
second laptop, essentially.
Yeah.
Jake, can you tell him your story about you trying to
Nope,
get your
still here. Yeah, this one's going to be a pretty boring one. Like I said, we're just trying to get everything kind of squared away as far as like what the stream looks like, make sure our audio is good. And I figure since Aubrey like the two guys that came with us, they can get a game in and kind of hang out. How are you doing, Dion? Are you hanging out? You ready to go?
Seems like Dion's having a good time.
Yeah. He wasn't able to make it. I know that for sure. But he has some friends that are coming. So sleep. It's only 5. Yeah, I know. I don't know why he said go to sleep. Keep in mind, we're still trying to like reacclimate ourselves because we did fly in from Arizona last night.
There's a time differential that did sneak up on us pretty hard.
Yeah. Last night, it's like all of a sudden I was like, oh wait, it's time for us to go to bed.
Yeah, it's dark outside.
Right.
You should probably go to sleep.
Yeah. Because it was like what 3 o'clock. I know I woke up at 3:45 in Arizona to fly out. Oh yeah, you're in Florida. That's right.
Oh, man.
No, well, where it's like a lot nicer and like a lot warmer for you, which is fantastic. So exciting stuff, my friend.
I do enjoy the cold. Cold is nice.
Yeah, it's a good adjustment for that for sure. So. But yeah, it's exciting. I think I know tomorrow is going to be Friday night. I'm crossing my days. Friday is going to be the live stream of the reveal at Adepticon, which is going to be fantastic.
Should be fun.
Should be great. I'm excited for it.
I'm very excited for it. Any predictions that you might get?
No. You know what? I didn't write down any. Unfortunately, I didn't think about that at all. But I think we're going to get. It's interesting. The first year I had plenty of predictions. This year I don't. I don't know why. I just don't have any major predictions of like what I think is going to happen. So.
Well, talking to our sweet boy, baby Chris, he really wants more separatists. So that.
Yes, we. Well, as always, Aubrey, we know that you want droidicas.
Aubrey
It's like
just wants droidicas.
yeah, that's all he wants. And
Angie could hold
Chris
that.
will take any separatist for that matter.
Yes.
Any separatist will do.
Yeah. Even if it's the B1 battle droid that's cleaning the cell.
Right, right.
So Chris would be happy with that one.
Right, for sure.
No, I'm excited. I wonder if they would do more Jedi.
I would hope so.
Just more Padawans for Anakin
To kill?
guide.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say guide. I don't know.
I mean, we become Darth Vader and destroy. That's kind of what we want.
I see.
What he
Okay.
should be doing is,
Okay. Fair enough.
Yep, 100%. 100%. So, yeah, the dice is there. All right.
Top-down dice looks nice.
Yeah, top-down dice. I mean, granted, I really only want to use this when people are going for specific roles and everything, but it gets a nice view there. So I think that's going to be fantastic because I know last year, like a lot of people had some problems with like not being able to see the dice trays and everything
Well,
like
the
that.
color background does help out.
Right.
We were only using the official AMG dice, right?
Yes, we will only
Okay.
be.
So
only-
they will pop out.
Yep, only official AMG dice for sure. We will only official AMG stuff will be used on this. So like any of that other stuff, we won't talk about.
Being good so far.
Right.
In our practice round.
Right. But yeah, should be a good time. I mean, I'm excited to see like everything that's going to happen here with the game. But yeah, no, here at Adepticon is going to be fantastic for everyone. I think everyone's going to have a good time and excited to see what everyone's going to do.
Yeah, you know what I realized? It's kind of hard to tell who pulled who. I think I'm looking at
Well,
Jake just pulled Padawan Ahsoka.
Aubrey, you're on the wrong side. You got your cards backwards.
Yeah.
For us to see on the camera, you have them the wrong way. I need you to.
Switch spots.
Did you guys already start? Huh?
I turned them over, but
You put them in the, yeah.
Well, that's clearly Gar. Yeah, that's Gar.
So like, yeah, if we look here, definitely you got Gar. Yeah, so that's an interesting start for both of them with Padawan and then Gar. So now Aubrey, since he didn't have priority, will be distilling. Looks like he's going to make a move action.
Well, I think, all right, starting with Gar off, big win, at least in terms of positioning and staying alive.
Right.
He gets the extra dice from the hunker that he receives from the special action. That's if he follows with the movement being within 2. Very big fan of the Mandalorian playstyle. It'd be interesting where he decides to go with him, because that range 5 that he has can be at times very useful.
Right, without a doubt. So yeah, whoever, for all you guys that are in, thanks for like just kind of checking in on us. We're like just doing a Aubrey's playing a test game here at Adepticon. So just to get started, because this is the official kickoff, the hall itself is actually open for people to come in. There's a couple people that are coming in just playing some pickup games. As the streamers are all getting set up and kind of getting settled in and everything along those lines. The official stream starts tomorrow at 8 o'clock local time with the day Heat 1 of the World Championship qualifiers, and then we'll have another Heat 2 will be on Friday with a cut to top 32 on Saturday with the top 4 on Sunday, so it'll be good to go. All right, so it looks like Gar is going to be doing an attack here into...
What did I just say?
Well, so we didn't see what was to start with here was Jake moved very far forward up with Padawan Ahsoka. So Gar is right there, was able to move in
really
and get a nice
good counter
Yeah.
to a very forward moving object is someone with a range 5.
Only use official dice.
Oh no. That mute does not work as well. Okay. The first time you only got one. It's yours.
Right.
Okay.
Mr. Metallico, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going?
Aubrey at Adepticon. Yep. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
That's the title of the.
Touch my dice.
Did
No.
I might have.
Gar just likes to roll like that. You really have to.
These covert mandos. It's not
Oh, these are covert mandos?
covert mandos.
Let's.
The coverts. Oh man. And he still has to do it again. That's better.
Yeah, Aubrey had some horrible dice there. Basically, looks like
Yeah, no,
four,
Todd
6
has-
fails and 1 strike.
Oh
So just a horrible roll for Aubrey. Are you doing? What are you doing now? Are you going another attack?
with the other one.
Oh yeah,
So-
it was covert Mando, so he's
It's
going into the
covert,
second
nice.
one with the coverts.
Fair enough. That's a good block. God damn.
Oh, we need
No, okay. All right. That's pretty good. Yeah.
So yeah, Aubrey has 2 crits there, 4 hits that the expertise was going to go ahead
Not a
and convert
single failure.
into
and-
2 hits. Yeah.
I had to make up for that first roll.
Yeah.
But Jake has some solid 4 blocks here, so like that's going to get rid of quite a bit of it, but still 4 down the tree for Aubrey.
It's fairly well for the covert mandos.
Right.
4 damage, 3. Since we don't need to do the show, I think I'm
Yes.
gonna do the damage round. So
Yeah.
how much does this?
No, luckily those covert mandos are, they can be very used in such a way where you could go the damage route or you could go the condition route. Just like the Clan Crees where they're good at shoving, or the covert mandos good at giving conditions off and damage. These are somewhat in a miss where depending how you start off your activation, you would hate to run into OB2.
Right. So Aubrey goes ahead and scores. Looks like 2, 3. So 3 down the tree. Or
Three
three
down.
three on the tracker there. So yeah, he's good to go.
Yeah, he's fine. And then he also softened up Ahsoka for any follow-up attack. That might come in handy moving that momentum struggle.
Without a
tracker.
doubt. Without a doubt. All right, and so Jake ended up pulling Shock T here. So that's going to be an interesting one to start with for sure.
Shock T? Oh, yeah. Well, what an icon. I mean, as soon as she released, people went off with her. Her kit is surprisingly very good. It's-
All the Jedi under Jedi Master. Because it's Jay.
I am surprised they didn't make her a secondary and not a primary.
Sure, for Shock T. Yeah, that was an interesting to see, like the first like major Jedi Master to not get it. So
But, I mean, compared to the unit that we have now, I don't even blame them.
yeah, it's much better. So yeah, she does have her on activation. The Unity wins wars, so basically gets a little bit of movement out of either a mercenary or Galactic Republic, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, and then now with the control piece that she is, with that force repulse that she can do, she's a powerful secondary that anybody can use.
Exactly. But yeah, fun time so far. I think it's like they're just putting all the markers out to sit there and see the points, which is fantastic.
Oh, fair enough. That actually, we should probably tell. That should probably be a highlight when we tell other players
What's that?
about the trackers.
Yeah.
They really do highlight the mission tokens.
Right. So yeah, I mean, overall the view is not bad.
It's really nice. Also, the terrain setup is also very easy for missions.
Right. So yeah, so Jake ended up scoring another 3 here with Shock T's, just positioning, so moving the tracker back to 0, scoring a momentum on both sides. Aubrey pulled the Clan Kreese this time, so now he's moving the Clan Kreese forward.
Going with your supports first is kind of a risky move, but hey, when you pull them, sometimes it's better to use them than it is to not.
Yeah, and to not. And then Aubrey with the risk it for the biscuit call out. So I'm concerned here a little bit.
I mean, moving up, activating the Mandalorian's innate superpower, getting sharpshooter off, and then laying into somebody, it's not bad.
Yeah, Dion, unfortunately that feedback, like, I appreciate that. Unfortunately, the dice here are a little rough. Like, the lighting in the building overall is a little rough. We've been working on it. We had to kind of play around with settings and everything like that, and so it's going to be kind of difficult, unfortunately. But we'll see what we can play around with. That's kind of again why we're working on this one.
Yeah, I almost looked up and said no, officer, as the light just glares at my face.
Yeah, the lighting in the overall here is pretty crazy.
Yeah, the shade cover might have helped, but we're getting dice rolls.
Yep. So an attack here.
Whoa! All right, let's get these rolls out of the way. Yeah.
So yeah, there's a total of 5 fails on that defensive roll by Jake, which is pretty awful, and 2 expertise. Aubrey has 2 crits.
Stay away from our dice.
Aubrey has 2 crits. Looks like 1 fail, 2 expertise, 2 strikes. Those will turn into, of course, the hits there. So 1 hit.
So
he
at least gets, with Shock T's expertise, he at least gets a block and turns one of his crits into a fail.
Yep.
Not the best outcome for Jake, but it's something.
Yeah, I mean, it's still 3 down the tree for them.
3 down the tree is 2 shoves for Clan Kreese Mandalorian. No matter how you look at it, you're scoring net positive with that.
Without it, yeah. The Clan Kreese are pretty fantastic for that, for all the movement, pushing people off points. I mean, and 2 down the tree is really where you want to be.
Shock T's immunity to expose and disarm is fairly annoying.
Right, yeah.
The few conditions that the Mandalorians can pass out, half of, I would say, the Galactic Republic are like, I don't do that.
Right.
And then I'm like, okay, I'll just go home then.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate that, Dion. I mean, that's one of the things I think we've been playing around with that. We've been in here all day kind of playing around with everything like that and trying to see the best way to make it work. It's unfortunately just kind of like where the lighting is, where we're set up, kind of like the overhead lights for inside the convention, I think are going to cause problems for us. So we'll make it work best we can and go from there. So, and hopefully it'll work out well. But no, being at the Baird Center is really awesome. It's a really great new location for Adepticon, being in Milwaukee instead of.
It's a very large location too.
Right, it's very big.
The amount of space I see for Shatterpoint is very generous between each table.
Yes, a lot of space for the players to play, which is really nice. They're not going to be right on top of one another, so gonna be great. And and we're kind of right in between the area where we're at, is right in between Marvel and right in between X-Wing, so it's going to be pretty cool to see what's going on. So Kiadi Mundi was the pull by Jake here.
Oh man.
So as we can see, yeah, he pulls Kiadi Mundi.
Better watch out for that guy.
Right.
He has a weird look of him.
Yeah. So again, getting more out of activation movement, and that's like one of the nice things about Kiadi and Shakti. They both are able to move both of their models forward. So yeah, that's what he's doing here, just taking advantage of the dashes that he's getting out of the players. Then move forward and see what he can do about probably see if he can get into range of putting a hit into somebody, which of course, right up in the face of those Clan Kreese Mandalorians, for him to go ahead and put a lightsaber through if possible.
Yeah. When you would think of melee characters, at least you don't have to worry them about moving. But
Right.
with Mundi and Shakti, it's almost like, well, my long range will no longer be as effective.
Exactly, yeah. Because he's able to dash, then make a full move.
No, he can get into melee turn 1.
Right, without a doubt.
Yeah, and his melee is fairly good. No, poor Clan Kreese.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's going to be able to still, even with 3 blocks, going to be able to go 3 down the tree with Jake's roll there, which is really fantastic for him. So 3 down the tree. I'm not sure which side he's on. I'm assuming he's going to be on his Makashi side. You're probably looking, no matter what, looking at 4 damage and 1 or maybe 2 shoves if he doesn't do the expose.
No. The fact that on his Form 2 side, he gets a reposition with 1 success
Right.
is wild. Sometimes it's almost worth it. We're like, I'm tempted to just get the reposition.
Exactly. So is he?
The official ability is Yayi.
So he went ahead and, I'm assuming, shoved 1 off the point, and he's going to go ahead and basically force push the other one off the point. Is like, I think, what's happening here?
And that's what it seems like. He just bullied a Clan Kreese member off the point, and it seems like he left 1 on.
Yeah.
So he got rid of half his problems.
Yeah, so it apparently did not go the route of the double shove. Like, it must have put an expose on him instead.
I mean, expose with Mandos is probably the worst weakness they could ever have.
Correct.
So it's kind of worth it. Only
So
scored-
Aubrey flips armor here.
Yeah, and he only scored 2 that time.
Yeah, so it's keeping on Aubrey's side, which is, yeah, not being able to flip the point there kind of hurt.
Yeah, Aubrey can very much close.
Pretty close to closing it out.
Yeah, he could, if everything goes your way, which the order deck loves to do.
Right.
It could be a very easy struggle.
But if he was to score 4 here and a wound, he'd definitely be able to sit there and get the. And armor can probably do some stuff like that.
Well,
So-
yeah, she can move another unit onto another point. So basically a swing turn almost if you use her in that way. But she also benefits from that movement. So you're moving yourself and another ally. But from then on, you also get the extra action movement from her dash, from her exposed power. And she has very... You won't think that she won't travel, but she travels fairly far.
Yeah, she can move. She can get a little bit of movement because of her. Because on her wisdom of the Mandalore, with that, be able to jump, and then both hunter and prey. I mean, she's got all sorts of stuff that she can do to kind of like really get all up in your face.
And also the anchor of most Mando lists, her survival ability straight across the Mandos is fairly well. It allows you to play risky with each Mandalorian unit not carrying for wounds. Because essentially, no matter what, she doesn't bring that much force to the table. So having a method, or at least a reasoning to risk your units and not be worrying about the tax of force is, I think, a very net positive upon her card.
Right, without a doubt. But yeah, like again, super excited to be here at Adepticon, kind of doing some really fun stuff, just like seeing what's going on and everything like that. So see how everybody's playing.
The tables look great.
They do. I mean, Adepticon does a great job. The guys at Adepticon do a great job, like painting all the terrain, getting everything ready. So it'll be a fantastic time. Alrighty. All right, so here it looks like they're going in for an attack here with Aubrey.
Man.
He says the bink, so I'm assuming he's on the strength of the hammer side. Yep, he did say strength of the hammer side. I mean, so 3 down the tree gets you 6 damage. I don't know who he's necessarily going into. Can't quite 100% see. We'll see what's going on, though.
No, well, he didn't follow through with the expose, so it will be a tough challenge for it.
All right, so 3 blocks, 1 expertise, 1 block, 1 fail for Jake. Aubrey has 2 crits in there, I see. No, just 1.
It's 1 crit, 1 hit, and 4 expertise.
And two fails, but the 4 expertise on the hammer side basically is going to turn into a crit, a hit, a block to a fail, a block to a fail.
Yeah, get rid of your blocks, please. Thank you very much.
So now, yeah, that turns into basically just blocking 1, so 3 down the tree.
He'll get his 6 damage.
Yep, getting that 6 damage. I don't know if that's going to be enough to hit the wound.
And to add insult to injury, a shove as well.
Right.
Yeah, no, armor can pack a punch if she decides to. Guaranteed 6 with 3 down your tree is fairly.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty solid, especially if you had someone softened up. I don't know who he 100% went into there, but like it still softens up somebody. So a follow-up shove back there.
If we get a chance, we might go to safe house, Dion. See, Dion's asking us to do cool stuff. We should probably go do that.
Yeah, we did see that place. It looked really cool, so we did contemplate going there. So Aubrey does score 4, didn't get the wound, so he's down to like 1 away. So he should end up winning the struggle here pretty quick. Yeah, we did see the safe house, so that place looks amazing. So I think we're going to definitely check that out if we have the ability to do so.
Yeah, the safe house did look good. With Jake's this turn with Jake, there are very different mindsets you can at least follow. There's a different mindset of positioning yourself for the next struggle, or there's the mindset of crawling your way out of this. Your aura deck has to be on your side, and your dice have to be by your side. You might have to offer a sacrifice to the dice gods in order for this to work, but it's not impossible. Moving on to ARVs. Alright. So take cover, giving them their extra inch, and then attacking at long range.
Jake's going to try and stay alive here. I don't know how well that's going to work out for him, but he's going to give it a shot.
If not, he will get a wound on his... And he's pulling off coordinate. It's mainly more of getting those ARVs into position. That coordinate...
Coordinated fire?
Yeah, coordinated fire ability that they have is very useful. And as long as those ARVs are positioned, the struggle 2 can go Jake's way very quickly.
Right. And it's very nice for Jake here because he only, like the expose really helps because he only got 1 block on there, so that's definitely going to help. Put the hurt on. Oh, I guess he didn't expose it because he turned that into 2 blocks.
They can't coordinate fire themselves.
Just for this game, they can.
Yeah, no, so that was the ARVs actually attacking.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay. So yeah, so another follow-up attack here. Ars or the other Arf is going to attack. It looks like into the armor. Gonna be, but again, I don't see. So golly, one hit. So he has basically just his 2 crits down the tree. Basically, is what that turns into.
Some chip damage, but that the guaranteed pin at least, it will hurt the Mandalorians when it comes time to activate their abilities.
Right.
No more hippity hoppity for them. No more hips in the hop.
Nobody hippity hoppities.
Yeah, no more hippity hoppities. The sadness of many Mandalorian is to not be able to hippity hop.
The Republic web has been set up, and that's kind of all that matters.
Dion, we thank you for your service back in 1999. Without you, who knows where this game world would have been?
So Aubrey gets the shatter point here. Pretty awful. Yeah, it's a pretty awful shatter point because he's going to win the struggle.
I mean, unless you want to go after a primary and just really.
So yeah, he's going to shuffle that in.
Yeah, not a bad choice either.
I mean, especially because you want to be able to start with knowing you're still available. So he gets Garsax in here, which is a pretty good pull.
That is a pretty good pull. All right, what will Aubrey do with Gar? He's still back in the deployment line. See, these where these pins come in handy. Even if, it depends if the ARFs are able to get him on the right one. They're not pinned, right? Yeah, put that back. Stop cheating.
I know Aubrey keeps trying to cheat and
Yeah, see, I told you that pin is so detrimental to Mandalorians.
Right.
Even if Guard could, I mean, it helps get rid of their pin,
Right.
but still, that out of activation movement to hop him onto the point would have been very crucial for the next.
I
round.
really just want to shoot this guy.
Aubrey just wants to shoot that guy. That was basically what Aubrey was saying there. Is all he cares about is shooting somebody.
Yeah, I believe it.
Right. That's just rude.
Yeah,
Totally
well,
rude.
With Gar, I believe you can. I mean, even Gar has an amazing scope with his sniper rifle.
Right.
And it's such a shame that he's really good as a melee unit as well. But still, you're still getting very good dice on a very long range attack. Nowhere near crosshair level, I suppose, but still a very unique unit that has versatility between melee and range.
Okay, so he doesn't focus here because basically the Mandalorians are not stronger together because he does not move. So probably a little bit of a misplay by Aubrey to not sit there and get them into position to sit there and get that focus off.
In Aubrey's mind, maybe he wanted to go after the melee.
Yeah.
Because there is other units engaged with other Mandalorians, so he would have benefited from those 2 dice.
Aubrey, this attack doesn't matter that much. Famous last words for Aubrey. He's
Super famous last
right?
words. Some say he repeated these words in Vegas.
Yeah. Like all of a sudden he's excited to roll less dice. This is something you will never hear from anyone else ever again.
No.
Like whatever he needs to do to justify himself.
Oh man, there goes the 2 damage on Tagar.
Right. Yeah.
Todd, you need to be further away from our dice.
No, I'm good.
No,
I'm
that's
good.
not how that works.
But yeah, 3 fails by Jake is going to be kind of painful for him.
Yeah. And depending on his target spell. Yeah, Aubrey 3 down his tree, gets an easy 5 damage.
Right. But yes, super excited for everybody to also get out here and hang out and see what's going on. Prize wall stuff is out for all those people that are going to get in there. I think there's already been some pictures that have made their way out to the interwebs and everything like that. So I'm sure people are starting to see all the stuff that's out there.
Yeah. Photos of the prize wall have already been updated, or at least the list named items have been.
Right.
Have.
And Aubrey wins struggle 1. That's just, I don't know. I think that might be the first time Aubrey's won a game against, or a struggle against Jake. We'll see.
Yes. There's still a lot more game to be played. But,
A lot more game. Well, no, yeah. I'm just,
with Aubrey's positioning, he is, depending on what they pull, very, very favored to win
Right.
struggle 2.
I mean, and Aubrey is still has a shatter point in his deck because he did go ahead and move that over. So that's pretty good for Aubrey.
I would say, what would you say, that Sabotage's second struggles are more fair?
Yeah, I think that's kind of like the one of the things, like especially like shifting was more of a being the first struggle or the first mission pack that we had out. Definitely kind of set a standard, I think so. But the thing I like about that the most for shifting or for Sabotage is that the third struggle where it's like it's just you get what you get. There's not a picking between the two.
Yes.
I do kind of like that. The third struggle kind of works. Downvoting, how you doing, sir?
Hey, how's it going?
So yeah, we're just like I said, kind of testing out what's going on here.
It should be fun.
And the flip, he gets a shatter point. So Jake got his shatter point right off the bat to start struggle 2. Yeah, so this is just a test game, just Aubrey hanging out, getting to play what we're here at Adepticon since basically the hall is open for people to come in, start hanging out, start seeing everything.
Yeah, the vendor hall is closed. Just literally the halls are open.
Yeah, just the gaming areas are open for people to play. Like the vendors are still like I kind of peeked in. There's still a lot of setup to do and everything along those lines. So.
Say that.
Huh?
You're not allowed to say.
I didn't. I just saw an open door. I looked in and saw the open door. I did not go walking into it. I just saw the open door.
The vendor hall looks amazing. They do need a lot more setup.
Yeah.
I think it's looking really great. But yeah, the halls by themselves. There's some vendors outside of the halls that are selling.
Yeah,
Not
there
that
usually
much.
is. It's again. This is all brand new, so like we're really kind of seeing how this is all going to play out and everything along those lines. But yes, for sure, there's been a lot of different stuff going on and everything. So yeah, it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, but there is also, there's plenty of open space for plays right now.
Yeah.
At least some games.
All the Shatterpoint tables are set up. All the MCP tables are set up. And I know the Legion tables are set up because we're in like one giant hall for Atomic Mass games, and they have the whole hall to themselves. So it's pretty exciting to see like just all of the just. If you've ever been to Adepticon, it's kind of like exactly what it looks like every year with all of the banners and everything up in the ceilings and everything like that.
Yeah. And X-Wing is not set up. Oh well. Ooh, that's a dangerous attack roll.
Right. So Jake gets his three crits go through basically. Good blocks, like 3 blocks by Aubrey was pretty solid for him too.
It's very decent. The defensive dice might seem low, but they do matter very much.
Right. So yeah, Maul doing some serious damage here, or Aubrey. So yeah, looking. And a solid wound there by. Solid wound.
I don't know. It doesn't matter. He's still gonna blame Kenobi
Right.
as soon as he wakes up.
I had a feeling you were coming here. Let's see how it is.
One character in the chosen unit may heal, then dash. I think I want to. I'm gonna do now.
Well, talk.
No.
Did you play it on your phone?
No. Ooh, Jake spending the rest of his remaining force. Ooh. Yeah, spending the remaining of your force is a risky move, but Jake only has 2 more cards left in his order deck, and Shatterpoint has already gone, so he is almost in the clear. And with a very confident smile, Jake says, "That's all for me." I'd take that any day. All right, the point of importance, Aubrey's rolling. Fail. All right. Well, very close to the Mando side. And pulling Maul. Now, a very unique addition, Maul, to any armor list. He doesn't tax your force economy, and armor doesn't let it be taxed by being wounded. So a very cheap roster that Aubrey has created. Just the downside is that with Jake's Republic list, whoa. What is that? We're gonna try to work that out so that it can be picked up next during the actual stream. Oh man, who is Maul gonna bully now?
When you look. No. No. Did you get the lanyard but no badge? No, I didn't go search for it yet. No, I was just gonna wait to see to go search, and then it's like we'll just do it at the same time.
So Maul using all of this kit with a force speed and then a force pull. Hey, baby Chris.
Izzy is so sexy.
The mic is on. No!
Yeah, you are live on the street.
Yeah, you are live on the street. Nice. Nice, yes.
It was off though. Of course not.
But he can't be on screen. How you doing, baby?
Good.
Yeah, no, that is
having fun?
Jake's through the Jake. The very tall, 6'2", 245-pound, masculine male. 270? Oh, 270.
No, it's not Jakester the Jake. This is not Jakester. This is Jake.
No, I think they knew that wasn't Jakester.
Okay. Yeah.
It's all stuff that we're gonna throw at Aubrey.
Man, I hope Jakester isn't 6'2", 270 pounds.
I don't think he is.
No, I'm talking about Jake, the
Right.
mountain man of testosterone.
Right.
It's the dice. They haven't attacked yet.
Oh, they haven't attacked yet?
No, Aubrey has.
Aubrey and his ways of indecision, trying to figure out whether he wants to attack or not.
To be fair, Aubrey has used all of Darth Maul's kit.
Awesome, thanks. I'm glad it looks and sounds great. We've been playing around with this all day, so trying to get everything set up. That was kind of the biggest thing that we were working on. So thanks, Time to Nerd, with that letting us know, because that was the biggest thing. We want to make sure that we're sounding good for the events tomorrow. So that's what the big show's on, and like the World Championship starts and everything along those lines. So that'll be exciting stuff. But yeah, and like I think it's only 5 o'clock ish here, 5:30. So yeah, we'll like.
It's not bad. So back home, it's like what, 3:30?
3:30ish. Yeah. My little one doesn't have track today, so I can sit there and like call her and say hi and stuff like that. So.
Aww.
Yep. She was excited. She's loving doing the track. It's kind of fun for her. All right, so
Aubrey finally attacked.
it took him a while, Mr. Indecisive himself.
What? That was an easy attack.
I know. What took you so long to figure out? It was an easy attack.
I was debating on what I was going to focus on.
See, but it took you a long time to figure out what you need to do. Like we talk. Aubrey
Did the focus matter?
Aubrey, the classic control player always forget, like, having to go way in the tank on making his decisions. It's like it's horrible for him. Like I don't know what he's doing. It took him forever. Like I don't know. He has no concept of time right now. I don't know what's going on. He leaves Arizona and just forgets what time it is. So.
You know what I hear it is? I hear that it's the age. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It is his birthday. He is getting older, so that probably has something to do with it.
You know what? Getting roasted on your birthday is a tradition. Let's go.
It is.
True.
You should be getting roasted.
Aubrey's birthday is today, so for everyone, if y'all could wish Aubrey a happy birthday from wherever you are, I'm sure that he'd appreciate it. Unless you're from Dallas, Texas, Aubrey specifically hates that one place.
Now every Texan all of a sudden hates Aubrey. That's the way it really goes. Let's get Aubrey canceled in Texas.
Yeah. I mean, I think.
All right. This dream team, I don't know how I feel about that. I think we could do better.
Oh,
I don't know. Canceling Aubrey in Texas sounds like something fun to do.
well, Jake just attacked right now.
Right.
A very good attack. Not too many fails. Nice couple of expertise in that roll.
I mean, it is clones though, so I mean, they are gonna pillow punch people because that's what clones do, unfortunately, sometimes.
Those
But-
genetically cloned boys need something to do.
You're older than you've ever been, and now you're even older. Yep, that is true.
Yep.
Very true. Very true.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm of all of the people here, at least in our group, I'm definitely the oldest of them all.
I grew older as soon as that comic was made, and as soon as I read it. And that's how time works.
That is how time works.
I am now older than when that comic was published.
So yeah, I do like. So he went with the wolf pack here. The wolf pack's weird. Like either both of their steps they don't. Or was it 212? I can't. It's so hard to. That's fine. I don't have my eyes in this guy here.
I don't want to call you a speciesist, Todd.
A speciesist?
But not all clones look the same.
Look at that. Izzy with the $1,000 word over here. He's like, I've been waiting all day to use this word.
There. All right.
All right, here comes
Yoda
the other
says
attack by the 212.
Ooh, an offensive block, not looking too good on Aubrey's side.
Yeah, just 2 blocks. So he definitely has the 2. Again, this is pretty straightforward for 212 though. So disarm, 2 damage, and a shove.
They have the possibility to do 6 with just 4. He was 1 shy off of it.
Right. Oh, and the exposed. But again, if he's went into the same people here, then it's going to do fantastical things.
Yeah.
Man, these Republic teams are hitting a lot harder than I remember.
Republic
Re-
teams
Re-
do hit
Republic
hard.
with Hiati Mundi, I think, is a little bit better than like he is definitely an upgrade for sure. I think people. We'll see. I'm excited to see what Kiati does here at Adepticon. I think some people will probably bring him, but it'll be exciting to see like kind of what the meta turns out to. I don't know. So since we're looking at all of this, Izzy, what are you expecting to see here at Adepticon?
One pairing that I see a lot, not on the any type of chat rooms or social media, I see a lot in the AMG rules being asked about. A lot of questions of Mace and Kiati Mundi.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting the people who have been playtesting with them, who have brought these questions, who have brought these questions up to the people who are working at AMG, but I'm expecting that to be at least prominent showing of
Yeah,
Mace
Kiati
and
Mace.
Kiati. Yeah.
Yep.
To me, they seem like a really good pair together, especially with the secondaries and supports they can bring. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that.
I'm wondering though, like, it's like yes, that there's a lot of questions. I think that might be in anticipation of like Phil and his clones coming out though too, in the Kit Fisto box, because then you have other supports, another 3-cost support and
Yeah.
another 3-cost secondary that you can be using. So I think that's going to be the bigger impact on it. But we'll see. I mean, like, I still think Kiati's going to be making going to have some play here. I kind of like him in what Jake's list here, where he's got Plo Koon.
Yeah. Well, you could ask anybody, and they'd be, "What do you think Republic is?" And
Right.
a lot of people would say Control, but with Kiati Mundi and the future releases, one might even say that they're aggro.
They could be. I think there's a chance for it. Yeah. Yes, you definitely need the reps to really kind of get like that going and kind of figure out what you want to do there and everything along those lines.
You guys use Ethernet?
What's that?
You use wired connection?
Yeah, we have they ran our thing this morning.
Okay. Did you have to do anything special to connect?
No, just plugged it in and it was working.
And it was working?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is yours not working?
Yeah, it's giving me like ERRC errors. So like an internet certificate errors.
Weird. Yeah, no, we like I got here at 8 this morning just so I could sit there and work things out. So like they had like all the guys were walking around. I don't know where they are now, but
Yeah.
God,
I'm talking to somebody right now. So I was seeing if you guys had any complications.
not a single one. Sorry, man. I mean, I'm not sorry, but I'm sorry for you.
Follow the Jedi era with range attacks.
It'll be interesting to see if we get some in that era. I don't know if we're going to. I mean, like, who knows? I mean, that's again, we'll see when they start coming out with the reveals
Yeah.
on Friday when they do the reveals.
I mean, my favorite Ginger, Cal Kestis. So I'd appreciate if he made it into this reveal.
I think everybody Aubrey's never going to be happy until he gets that. I mean, that's just the end. Oh, 4 fails by Jake.
Oh my lord!
4 fails by Jake. That is brutal. But Jake's like pretty close to winning this struggle also, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, he's in the position to be able to afford such losses.
Right.
How close it is, but still, this will affect him struggle 3, depending how it gets played out.
Right. But yeah, again, like since this is official day 1 of Adepticon, there's not like I said, not a whole lot going on in the gaming area right now. I'm sure it'll be filling up tomorrow. Like that's when all the games really kick off. I think there's some painting classes that have started. There are I think there's a meet and greet with some of the content creators. For those who signed up and things along those lines. But the biggest thing that's really getting going right now is the painting classes. Of course, there is the painting competition that they're going to be having for the MCP models. We'll see if Jonathan Ho wins for a 3rd straight year. That man is just a machine when it comes down to it. So yeah, they're in like the hall right next to us, in the vendor hall actually. So it'll be like if you are here, definitely stop by there and see some of the amazing painting work that like a lot of the other side of the hobby do.
Yeah, beautiful models, even between SharePoint and MCP, very well sculpted. And it just allows for a lot of freedom when it comes to painting these. A lot of alternative sculpts, a lot of different colors being used
All right, here comes another attack.
by Aubrey.
But into Shakti. So basically just a perfectly mathematical freaking defensive roll by Jake here. Like,
Yes.
Never mind, Todd. You can stay near my dice.
Change a crit to a fail, and I block 3.
Ooh. Yeah, well, if there's one thing I remember from Shakti in the movies, that she can defend really well. Just don't watch the Blu-ray version of Star Wars Episode 3.
poor Shakti.
Poor Shakti.
But yeah, so like Aubrey had a really solid roll here with 3 crits.
Yeah.
But of course, there was some crit mitigation in there. So when it's all said and done, it's only 2 crits down for Aubrey.
No, he's going down 3.
Is he going down 3? Did I miss one?
Yeah, he had third crit.
I think it didn't get down crit mitigated by Shakti
I
there.
can't do the third thing because she's immune to both.
I mean, Shakti's pretty awesome, being immune to disarm and was it disarm and pin. Disarm, yep.
It's disarm and expose.
Disarm and expose. Yeah.
Yes.
She's fantastic. Fantastic.
Yep. She's like, you can't hinder my attack and you can't hinder my defense.
Correct.
Please move along. I'm doing A-okay with my references. Haven't made a single one.
Alright, you should do priority first.
I mean,
And he has the block on his priority,
All right. Well, that goes back towards Aubrey. So this is
Wonderful.
this. might
and
be
he pulls
interesting.
Plo Koon.
I don't like this.
Well, I mean, to be fair, this is kind of where he should be and everything like that. I mean, he should be winning the second struggle in most cases because he does get the chance to sit there and pick his own stuff. So.
So this struggle is kind of what I expected. I expected some heavy pushback from, like, I had to go with both my supports.
Yeah, Aubrey definitely. Aubrey won that struggle one really fast, which is pretty amazing.
With armor and Darth Maul's movement, I believe that you could very well win first struggle fairly quickly. The problem is staying alive.
Right, right. Because that is like, I mean, that's the big thing. I mean, they don't, because Mandalorians don't mind getting wounded.
Chris said he had models for me for my left place for Legion.
What?
Chris has models for me. It should be around here for Legion.
Chris has models for him for Legion.
Yeah.
Presumably over there.
Yeah, no. I mean, the ideology of armor allowing your supports, because we're speaking of Mando supports, allowing the mindset to send them in head first is dangerous in itself. Because before that, the greatest list you could ever probably play with Mando was Ahsoka Mando reaction trigger, and that's before most of the changes happened. But even after that, it's still a list that revolves around movement. So, but it's just the dangers of having your units disappear. It almost makes you double think: is Armor's leadership a good crutch to lean on?
I think it is still. I mean, I think it's because it is nice because there is going to be characters getting wounded. I mean, it's, your supports, your secondaries are going to get wounded at some point in time.
And we gotta roll here.
Aubrey says perfect defense, but I don't believe that because he has 3 fails.
That's the name
He rolled
of
3
my
fa-
expertise
It might
card.
be the name Aubrey, but it still is not.
They're in another realm right now.
Yeah, I don't like how Aubrey's talking back to the fourth wall.
I know,
right now. I really don't appreciate that.
Aubrey mouthing off is just not a good thing. I think we're going to have a conversation with how Aubrey likes to mouth off so much.
I think so. I think we might have to have a judge call and have him
Yep.
put it to the side,
Right.
have it marked down.
Unsportsmanlike conduct for sure by Aubrey.
Pretty sure that's what this was.
I think all right. I think Aubrey's going to get ejected. I think that's kind of true.
I think so. Jake rewarded 1 point.
Right.
So if he wins the struggle, he wins the whole game.
Right. Exactly. That is a struggle loss on Aubrey. Is I think what it really comes down to. 5 damage by Jake. That's pretty solid there.
And a pin from Coordinated Fire. Yes, but you just love them ARFs giving out a pin. Their helmets look so cool.
They do look
that
cool.
They stop you. And then passing out heals.
Yeah. That's.
How can a model?
I'm just gonna pass heals around. You get a heal. Like you get a heal. You get a
You
heal.
Matter of fact, you get 5 damage.
Right.
But you get a heal.
Yeah. Padawan Ahsoka like Jedi's make their all of their other people little tanky.
Yeah. Then,
So,
Jedi
yeah.
Masters would naturally
Yep.
beef up their
So
power.
Jake scores 3. He's refreshing his order deck here
Yeah,
too.
he only had 2 cards left when he ran out of force,
Right.
so he was begging for it.
So Aubrey rolling the dice.
Yeah, Aubrey really has to hope for his order deck on this one.
Well, this is his last card, so he knew it was coming. It was Bo-Katan.
Yeah, well, Bo-Katan still offers for some placement upon any other Mando, and she has decent mobility herself if she ends within 2 of another Mandalorian. She gets a dash plus 2 heals, but she also hits decently hard for a secondary. But more importantly, her area of effect is important. So if Aubrey, in any type of player mindset, you would want to reposition your players or position your players to help stall out this struggle.
Without a doubt. All right. So Aubrey making some moves here. Like Bo's way far in the back, so like being able, like the fact that her bubble was not in play for so long, I think kind of hurt him a little bit there too. So like, yeah, and like,
Yeah, that didn't occur to
yeah,
me.
yeah. So her like the fact that like he can like needs to move forward here, get that bubble like moving, I think will help him going into struggle 3 because Jake, in all honesty, probably is going to be able to pull off this after his next activation.
Well,
So-
with that much control and that much aggro in his list, it's very likely.
Right. But yeah, definitely like needs to get her a little farther forward to at least hope either make her a target to like keep some of the other pieces in line because I think that's kind of where Jake was going with a lot of this was just pushing everybody as far like pushing her as far back to like, turn her bubble off, so to speak.
No, very fair. Bo-Katan walked so that Hera could run
Right.
with her bubble.
So she moves, no focus. I don't know if she's got some range to probably maybe get an attack off. I don't know if like
She does have range. I believe it's a range 4 ranged attack that she has on herself, along with sharpshooter.
I'm not sure if she's really in like the thing about clones is they're always going to stay kind of far back. So like the supporting clones I don't think are in a spot where she's really got a decent shot on them. So I don't know who she's going to go into. I mean, Ahsoka's just been healing up like crazy, but I don't know if she even has line of sight on Ahsoka.
Definitely a judge call.
So here goes Aubrey. Again, Jake, pretty average defensive rolls for the most part. Like 2 blocks, 2 fails, one expertise.
Aubrey at least going down his expertise
Yeah.
helps him a lot.
It does. Bo's got us pretty solid expertise, so it's like 2 crits, 2 hits. Basically, what was that? 4 blocks though.
Mhm.
Jeez. So
This is why I didn't count on it. Maybe I didn't alright, it's gonna be. No, I was falling I'm gonna leave her on a 1. I hate this.
Aubrey tries, but alive on 1, the Shatterpoint special for sure. Aubrey is almost tried pretty hard, but didn't quite get there. Aubrey's using his last force, which is perfectly fine because like at this point in time he's going to be refreshing his force right after this. This is his deck is going to get refreshed along with the force. So like he's in pretty good shape with all that.
Hindsight's 2020. It's. I agree with you. I think that was like the right choice, but it was like you're kind of stuck in that position.
So Aubrey doing a little bit of shimmy going on there. And Aubrey scores 1, so I think no matter what here, Jake's going to win regardless of what his priority role is. But he's going to do that anyway,
Yeah, for funsies.
just for funsies. So let's see what he pulls with his
Not
Ahsoka.
his
So go ahead and reserve Ahsoka.
fair enough.
And the ARFs. Here come the ARFs. That's not a bad because like he can just position his ARF somewhere so they can get a good, in a better position to expose, do the coordinated fire expose.
Yeah, me going with third struggle with sabotage, it will be widespread. So having at least both arms cover at least 2/3 of the map, even if it's the back half, will be plenty beneficial for Jake.
Right. All right, so just looks like he's just taking a defensive maneuver here. And then just doing a take cover. Pretty solid.
Really solid placement.
And looking to see if he's got somewhere to a nice little anybody to shoot into, just because might as well soften somebody up.
Yes.
So here comes his attacks.
Is this 212 in the perfect spot? It is. We're gonna go ahead and coordinate fire pin.
So coordinated fire
Fire
pin
pin
on
on
the armor, I think.
Oy, boy.
Pretty good. And here comes the defensive roll.
7 coming at him. What comes
Right.
out of it? No crits so far,
No
but
crit.
that's a good amount of
But
hits.
yeah, like looks like 6 hits. Blocks 2, so 4 down the tree.
Oy.
That's a full tree, I think, for the
That
arts
is their
there.
full 6 damage that they can do.
Right?
That is 6 damage and expose and a pin, or a shove.
No, you're thinking of the 212. This was the
Oh,
arts,
am
I think.
Oh.
So basically, yeah. So no matter what, it's like. So actually, yeah. So he went pin again. So that's 2 damage. So he's going to do a total of 4 damage, a shove, and a disarm, instead of doing the additional damage and the expose. So I think he wanted to just get the disarm on.
That's fair. On armor, I think
On
that's
armor's
a worthy
pretty
play. Yeah.
darn good. Pretty solid. And it, so and again, the Shakti gets a heal and a dash. And Arfs into the clan Kreese. Here we go. Yeah. Like I think this is like the clones like are really starting to shine with this box. Not as solid as a roll. Aubrey with 3 fails and only 2 blocks. I think that's going to
Do you
turn
remember how
into.
cheerful Aubrey was at the beginning of this match?
Right. So 3 down the tree again. So again, he's going to be at least 2 damage and a pin and a shove. Just going to determine what the other damage and whether he's going to do an expose or a disarm here. So he's going to do the expose. Yeah. So it's going to be 3 damage, a pin, a shove, and an expose.
In total, he has handed out 6 damage in 4 conditions before he wins the struggle.
Right.
That
Just
is
like
not
nice,
bad.
a nice way to soften it up.
Yes.
I like it. No, not a bad turn. Jake says not a bad turn at all. I completely agree. And Jake evens it up at 1 apiece.
Yeah, way to go, Jake.
Way to go, Jake. So yeah, stick to the plan is what they flip over here. 3, struggle 3 is starting. Roll for priority 2, Aubrey. It is the shield, the block, which is the back point. And Aubrey's first card, let's see what he gets. armor right off the rip.
Oh,
Who's
boy.
already pinned and disarmed. I mean, she's a decent start. She's got a lot of conditions on her, though. Okay. All right.
Well, that's something future stream. And this is why we do the practice runs.
Right. 100% not intended, but we'll get that fixed.
Going with armor. That's a move. Oh, now it's showing.
Okay, we're good.
We're fine. We're back. Hello.
But it's not showing here. All right, so I want to see something.
Well, the
Who-
lag.
did someone hit that?
It's called a.
Did you kick it?
I don't want to say it was you.
Do you want to say that, but is that true? That is the real question. Because I feel like that's not true.
I think it might have been my boot.
Okay. So what we're gonna say here is it's all your fault.
That's sound back.
Yeah, so of course Izzy with his cowboy boots kicked the sound and broke everything. So we got to watch this kid. I'm sorry about that.
Izzy, you broke it?
He kicked them. He
Guys,
kicked
these boots were made for walking. I'm
but
sorry.
not for kicking the audio and knocking the power out to the audio.
No, that's obviously that wasn't what the boots wanted.
Bowl screens changed. I think we're good on the screens here.
Are
Sorry
we?
about
Is
that.
there a? I think there might be a latency.
There's going to be a little bit of a latency issue, a little bit, slight, but we're okay.
We're fine. We're back. I don't know what's up with Todd and his kicking.
I think we're gonna have to outlaw your boots from the stream
No, I
going
brought
forward.
2 pair of.
Probably just move this.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, remember you got something wrapped around before, so just move it off to the side there. We have the when you.
Where is the duct tape? Oh.
We'll figure it out. We'll get.
It's
we'll Izzy proof the streaming area so for
Easy proof. Hold on.
We'll Izzy proof the stream area for future events. Again, these are the things we learned that Izzy can't keep his feet under control. And
When I hear sound, my feet just want to go out. I'm a tense
Izzy
boy.
hates sound and Chris understood.
What's happening over there?
Izzy's breaking the sound.
No, not that. What's happening there? Somebody's pilfering minis. I mean, it might be his own minis, but it looks like he's pilfering.
Yeah, Aubrey's getting easily distracted at this point in time. So you can tell we're in struggle 3 because he's like
Yeah.
already starting to completely forget what's going on in the world.
Comes with his age.
Yeah,
Once you're young, you like to kick stuff, but once you get older, you just get distracted.
I know, right? So what you're saying is we need to get you to age up a little bit.
Broke my dice too.
Oh, hold on. Wait a minute.
Izzy didn't break the dice. Aubrey just likes to roll a bunch of fails.
That's true.
But he still has, 3 blocks in there?
Yeah,
He's
Aubrey
fine.
just likes to
He
complain.
does.
Oh
He's
my
like,
God.
he's just a complainer. If it doesn't work out perfect for him.
It's my favorite thing to do.
So 3 down the tree, it looks like for Jake here. But I mean, it is Plo. Plo's gonna sit there and do some amazing things anyway,
I heard that he's going to shove you really, really far.
right?
I think the horror tales of Plo getting activated back to back just to shove people twice is so gross.
Yeah, and this is another thing that I'm really liking about the advent of bringing Kiadimundi into the fold here is that he just makes it feels like he's making a lot of the other Jedi better because he does allow for just a different style of play. So it's kind of fantastic.
He also brings peace and prosperity to all big foreheads out there in the world.
Is that what it is?
I mean, I believe so. Have you ever seen that head that he has?
Yeah, that is true. He is pretty solid with that.
He has a thinker on. I'll tell you that much. He has a big thinker.
He does have a big thinker. Don't let him slander. I'm gonna slander Aubrey. It's his birthday. He's supposed to get a little bit beat up on his birthday.
Yeah, it's the American culture.
So he is gonna, of course, force push with
What
Plo.
did I say?
Use that force all the way. So yeah, he's definitely. Yeah, like Kiadimundi and Lumi are a real solid pairing too. So it's gonna be like I said. I think that's gonna be some of the interesting stuff from this weekend is seeing what pairings are gonna come out of Kiadimundi this box coming out because I think that's since some of the last major events that have happened. I think that's a major thing that is going to start adding for new innovations in the game for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, Plo Koon has bullied many more.
Yeah, Aubrey being the Jedi fan that he is actually like upset with Plo Koon, which is kind of funny to see him so frustrated that the Jedi are bullying him. And I think it's fair. I think the entire Jedi Council should be actually being bullying Aubrey for what it's worth. I mean, that's my own personal opinion, but that's okay. But some people might not agree with me. But we'll see what happens.
Oh, I think I'm in the same boat.
Okay, well, all right.
I think we're fine. Yeah,
we're good here then. All right,
2 out of the we're
two
fine.
2 out of 2 agree.
Yeah.
Jedi Council should be bullying Aubrey.
I think so. Just Yoda making fun of his height.
Exactly.
Just like-
Exactly. All right, so
Also, I love the fact that Lumi's. I want to say that she isn't making a resurgence, but I will say that she's being seen a lot more
Right.
just because of that box.
Aubrey
I
comes
appreciate
up with the covert Mandos.
I mean, hey, depending how that goes, it's 2 attacks with sharpshooter or impact, however he
Right.
decides.
So pretty solid.
And then at this point, Aubrey needs some type of wounds somewhere.
Yeah, it's a pretty, like I said, like this is the one thing with when it comes to sabotage, is that it's a fair third struggle as far as like you don't have one that gets to pick over the other, so it really comes down to like the positioning from going into this struggle.
Yeah, the previous last 2 struggles will add up to the third
Right.
one, and either in a way that you do not benefit from it whatsoever, or you just get landslided because your pieces are just not there.
Correct. And so both, like, this is one of the cool things about like Shatterpoint. It's like both players working together to kind of figure out where you're trying to go, why am I trying, where do you want to be, what are you trying to do. And I think that's like one of the things like people really need to work on with this game is helping each other like to get through the game. Yes, you're playing against each other, but you're also playing together. And I think that's one of the great things about this game is like it really kind of, our community in general like really like works together to sit there and help accomplish the playing of the game.
Yes, it is a nice feeling, especially because in the rule books you have to talk to your opponent first when discussing certain things.
Right.
So why wouldn't you just keep it up one and be like, hey, I'm trying to get to this objective A to objective B. Do you think I can make this? And it'd be up to discussion. We're like, oh, well, I really don't think so. It was like, oh, so do you think I should use my superpower, or I use my force jump, or do I use my jetpack? Like, it's those conversations that help better a player instead of learning from defeat, which people can do, but also just getting pummeled every now and then because you are starting a new game. It just doesn't feel right either. And luckily our community has a good amount of players that will help you understand the game better and why you should have done certain actions.
Right.
Except for Aubrey. Aubrey doesn't do that.
Right.
Aubrey makes fun of you. Aubrey cheats, matter of fact. Aubrey just...
Well, that's okay. We like to mess with Aubrey.
Yeah. Aubrey's cheated against me every time we played.
So basically, Aubrey just goes 2 down his tree here. So it does a strain 2 damage. Not anything spectacular, but again, it's covert, so coverts aren't going to go too crazy.
No, but they at least get some displacement somewhere along the way.
That's better.
Oh, yeah, I totally see it.
I have a rhyme or a reason to this. Now, hopefully I can.
Well, that was Aubrey's first attack. He still has a second one to follow up on.
Attack again. Melee attack.
Alright. Here comes the second one going into the arms. Well, then. I mean, well, not much for clone armor, but hey, that's 3 blocks. Aubrey going, I think, 3 down his tree.
Yep. Looks that way.
Ooh, and he got the 5 damage he needed to take down the Arvs. Yeah, the culvert's doing work.
Aubrey scoring.
Yeah.
Does that all? No, just 3 points by Aubrey.
Yeah, Aubrey's scoring 3. Very well in his favor right now.
Right. All right, and flipping. Looking for Shakti. He wants. He does. He gets Kiadi Mundi instead. So
He
interesting
gets his
pull.
her older brother.
Her older brother.
Yeah. Her
Don't-
very, very older
Notably
brother.
older than we knew, and a cover-up for murderers.
But yeah, it's like so. This is kind of just a spoiler stream for, or not a spoiler stream, but more of a preview stream, I guess, for Adepticon for us. Like kind of like getting our feet wet, getting everybody a chance to kind of get a primer going, getting excited for the upcoming week of events because there is going to be 4 straight days. We have 4 rounds on Friday of the first heat, or Thursday of the first heat.
Yes.
4 again on Friday for the second heat of the World Championships. There's a cutting to top 32, so you're taking 16 from each heat. So out of the 48, a third of those are going to make it to the top 32. They're going to have 3 rounds on there, which will cut down to the top 4. That's on Saturday, and then on Sunday they're going to have the top 4, where we will eventually finish by crowning a champion. So it'll be 2 rounds that day. So a nice, easy way to get people out of finish up the con and get them out.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it's like you don't want to be stuck here for like 3 rounds for a day when you like might have a flight you're trying to catch or something
That
along
is
those
rough,
lines. So I like what Adepticon did here and how they scheduled this out to kind of a 4-4-3-2. So like your week gets a little bit easier. You're not like super drained. Like I said, I was talking like last year. I remember when they did the Frenemies event last year, which is now the Adversaries and Allies. That was a 4 rounds plus they cut to a top 4. So whoever played in the last round, they had played 6 games of Shatterpoint that day. And at 2 hours a pop, man, that is a long day.
It is. It is a long 12 hours of sitting, standing, and oh boy.
Yeah.
Great credit to where credit's due to those players that lasted that long, and the players that show up here, regardless if you don't make the top 16 or the top 18 or even the top 4, having the gumption and confidence to come out and test your mettle against some of the best players in states or in the country.
4 crits by Jake here, and so
Kudos
like
to you.
all 4 go through.
No.
So that's a lot by Kiadi Mundi for sure. Kiadi, like he's going to be somebody that definitely hits pretty hard.
Oh,
So-
did you get 2 blocks? Anyways, here's my 4 crits.
Yeah, here are my 4 crits, and
Yeah.
I'm just going to punch you right in the mouth. So yeah, I mean, I'm assuming he's again on his Makashi side. Like, I don't think there's been a reason for him to not be on his Makashi side. So you're looking at like what, 7 damage probably if he's on his Makashi side, and then like just what everybody wants to do shows or conditions. There's all sorts of different ways to go.
Aubrey's saying you have one of those.
Yes, Aubrey, he does. He has one of those.
Yes, he can shove you.
It's what happens here.
No, I believe he went through his reposition side.
No, okay. 100% makes sense. I mean, especially as you're in third struggle, it's really all about kind of positioning yourself back where you need to be, kind of getting somebody where you want them to be. So yeah, so he went
He got repositioned, a disarm, exposed, strain. And
with 7 damage. So 3 of the 4 conditions, just not pinning, because you can't do that, obviously. So yeah,
yeah, 7
if he
damage.
would have gone 5 down the tree, he would have been able to pin you as well. So, well, that would have been fantastic. That is what Kiadi Mundi is here to do: is to sit there and commit acts of violence, as all Jedi should. I don't think that's right, but that's what I'm going to say right now. Anyway.
I mean, have they proven us wrong?
no, not at this
No,
point in time.
no.
No, I think we're good.
I think we're fine. I think that statement was accurate.
But yeah, I'm super excited to sit there and see kind of like where the events go, how the weekend plays out. I mean, this is probably one of the greatest weekends that you can have in miniature gaming for sure. Like no matter where you are, what you're doing, it is a fantastic weekend of just pure gaming fun.
Pure adults reliving their childhood.
Right, yeah, through plastic miniatures, painted in exceptional ways. But yeah, I mean, it looks like the event team here is kind of like putting the final touches on getting the hall together. Like all the amazingly painted terrain by the Adepticon staff that's been painted up and gotten ready.
They have a real cool setup. It's the shipping container.
Oh yeah, yeah. So
From Imperial Outpost.
yeah,
Shout out to Imperial Outpost.
Yep, so some great stuff going on. Like X-Wing's kind of getting their setup. I mean, the nice thing about those games over there, like from the other systems, is like they're pretty easy to set up. They don't have a lot of terrain and everything like that. But
Yeah, no.
but we're literally in between the X-Wing tables and the MCP guys. So we're going to be on both, just surrounded by all sorts of amazing games. And then on the other side of the hall from us is where the Legion and the Armada guys are. So it's going to be just a lot going on. Like all the skirmish sides on one side and everything else.
A lot of dice being rolled.
A lot of dice being rolled this weekend, yeah. It's all about the dice for sure. But yeah, super excited for all of this. I don't know what Aubrey's thinking over here. He's trying to decide what side he wants to be on. So I think he's focusing and attacking, just choosing violence, like all Mandalorians should.
Yes.
A 10 dice attack into Ahsoka.
The Padawan?
Only needs 1 damage.
Hey, this is a lore battle, okay?
Maul is just straight attacking Ahsoka here.
No.
And I don't know. He's decided to focus, but she is only alive on 1. So he really wanted to hit Ahsoka. I mean, like he has 2 crits in his initial roll. He only needed 1 of those.
Yeah, but he has 4 expertise though. Imagine what you can do with all that.
No, I'm doing all the damage.
Yeah, and then he gets more crits here. So like 4 crits, blocking 4, so all the crits go through. We'll see what he can do with this.
Well, I mean, depending what side he's on, he had access to a reposition.
6 damage, pin, a reposition by Maul.
Boy.
There's really where you want to be, is that reposition with Maul. Like really kind of putting people on.
That is where the good stuff is at.
That's the good stuff.
And a wound.
All
as
I know is
well.
they need to finish up this game because Todd's getting hungry.
Todd's getting hungry. Izzy's getting hungry.
But
And Jake is getting hungry as well.
That's what I'm saying. We need to see some end to this and then go get some food. So, but yeah, I mean we're gonna be back here. Geez, in like 14 hours we'll be back.
Oh my goodness.
You ready to rock and roll and share some more Shatterpoint with everybody? I'm pretty stoked, guys.
This should be fun.
Pretty stoked.
We won't have Aubrey playing.
No.
Yeah,
Well,
go a lot faster.
And we'll get some more high-level play than what we're seeing by Aubrey today.
Ooh, very
You know what?
purely tactical. That's why coaches don't play.
And a Shock T. We'll see a wild Shock T up here
No,
on Jake's side.
brother.
You should not like this.
All right, we about to see something cool over here. Be watching.
All right. Well, Jake with his shock T.
Little baggie of screws back earlier. Was there an extra wrench in there?
I have no idea.
No, but there is one here.
Oh, there it is. Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. All right. So what is Jake trying to do here? Looks like Jake's doing the measuring out a little bit of movement, trying to get
Well, he has
dash
to plan.
shot T, and that's just on her activated ability.
This-
Now she's
oh, brother. Uh-oh.
going up there, and I think it looks like she's probably going to start acting out some more violence on some Mandalorians. It looks like Jedi are just beating up on the Mandalorians today.
Well, they did have a war about this. So
There was a war. You are correct. No coordinated fire, he says.
All right. Famous last words.
And here comes Jake with the big roll. That should turn into 2 blocks, I believe, because it's Beskar armor.
Feigning blow.
Right.
Is ridiculous. 4 damage going to Gar. Kind of rough.
7 out of 9. With Guardian for Republic, I get to reduce the force cost of an ability and a force repulsion.
Eee. So still a slap that's worth 4 damage, and then a force repulse. That is kind of rough.
Pretty beautiful as far as I'm concerned. That's all I can say.
I am partial to Mando, so seeing someone get shoved so ruthlessly is bringing a tear to my heart.
And Shakti said that's my point.
Yeah, that is Shakti's point.
Yeah, Shakti definitely says, it's all about me right now. No one else is around me.
I have cool looking hair.
Right.
No one talk to me. It's my point.
So Jake ends up scoring. He brings it 2 back on his side.
2 back on his side, but no wounds.
And Aubrey's got 4, like he's 4 on his momentum side. So
He's managed to score 3 this round, and that is a lot of characters that Jake has not activated yet.
Yep.
The options for attacking more characters are getting very slim for Aubrey. Oh boy.
So Aubrey did pull Gar here. Kind of decided to look and see what he can do with it.
Well, he does have access to a push if you can able to angle it correctly.
Right.
And if not, engaging in melee isn't that terribly as well. But melee, I think Aubrey is trying to at least benefit from Gar Saxon's Mando placement.
I mean, it looks like he's like kind of looking to see if he can get back in that point and maybe get Shakti off of it.
I think he's more looking for a reason to boost up his own Mando, benefit from the 2 dice rule on Gar Saxon's card, and then swinging for a melee.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably the outcome I would have arrived to, at least, especially when it comes to Gar Saxon's card and his melee side.
Fair enough. I mean, you are out of the 2 of us, definitely playing the Mandos a lot more. So I can definitely, I will concede to you and your Mandalorian expertise.
Well, I forcefully played Mandos. It was the only thing I loved playing. I remember my first term I ever went to was just like, all right, I picked Mandos. And there you go.
Nope, they are fantastic to play for sure. There's a lot of just different synergies that they have, kind of make them fun to play.
They do. I think just the weakness of every position heavy squads is your ability to keep track of base movements and base widths to think about head placements.
Right.
And that's just difficult.
That looks like a pretty awful roll by Jake. I see a lot of fails in there. I think he's got 4 out of 5 fails, 1 block.
And
meanwhile, Aubrey's got. I mean, he's
3 expertise on Gar's melee is actually very decent.
only 1 fail by Aubrey.
He is doing fairly well.
Yeah.
Oh, this might be bye-bye Shakti.
Yeah, I mean, that's a full tree. That is like 6 down. That should be a full tree.
Yeah, you don't want to get Gar angry. Gar hates it when people take bow over him, and I feel it.
So, it's going to be a total of 7 damage.
Right, well, so he's going 7 down, and basically shove City along with a pin.
Mm, yeah.
He could have gone 8 down with the strain, but the life pull of Shakti probably overexceeded that.
Yeah, but I mean, so he definitely moved Shakti completely off at that point.
Aha!
Uh,
The status conditions that Shakti isn't immune to.
Right, is able
Pin
to.
and strain. We have figured out the secret tech for Shakti. It is Gar.
I usually flip it so that way whoever rolls is on their side.
And in classic Aubrey fashion, he didn't roll for prior. So for all he know, he was struggling on the wrong.
Well, I think no matter what, I think he was already focused on going after
Shakti. Fair enough. Covering points is very important.
Yeah. All right, and let's see what the flip is here.
Good night, Dion.
Good night, Dan.
Aubrey says bye. I will do him
Oh,
that.
yeah, Aubrey just said, yeah, we'll have a good time at Adepticon. Always a fun time here. So you have a good one. Talk to you later, sir. And yeah, eventually, Aubrey will finish up this one and get out of here. So Shatter Point by Jake. Let's see where he goes with this one. I'm gonna go use the restroom.
Got Shatterpoint by Jake. A lot of options. A lot of options. A lot of options on the board. He needs that point back that Gar is sitting on. Going with Shakti is a difficult choice. She has the string and she has the pin on her. Her dash should help get rid of the pin, but that's still, that strain is looking very dangerous for him. A very difficult decision. With Maul holding down a point and Gar Saxon holding down the other, it's kind of difficult to find out which edge you want to go to first. Because even with Maul being wounded in this round, he still has a chance to clap back. Oh boy. So 212 getting dashed up. Wow. So going with Plo. That's a fair choice. This allows for at least some damage output, but a lot of control. So it looks like he's walking across. Oh boy. Yeah, no, Plo's crucial movement for this. Even just a little bit out, and he probably cannot push him to the full extent. A very thinkative time for Jake. This is tough. Because if Jake does not successfully remove at least a model from one of the points and takes it, he will be in the negative, and Aubrey will just need to score at least 3 more points, or not get the priority objective and just score 2 points but get a wound. This is
Aubrey winning on stream. Oh my goodness! I don't
know.
think
We're definitely gonna cut out the video.
Yeah, I think we'll have to burn this video if Aubrey wins.
I'm pretty sure that's.
They're not getting clubbed like baby seals. They are getting clubbed by baby seals.
Yeah, this is.
So 4 damage takes him down. Who is he shatter pointing? Has he decided?
He shatter pointed Ploku. He
Okay,
used
yep.
his dash to interact with the ingress point, landing him on top. He then moved and he placed very close to Gar's point, and it seems like he is throwing attack out to some Mandalorian.
They are exposed.
No.
So Aubrey has nothing because he has 3 expertise on an exposed
Yes.
defensive roll. That. So 4 down the tree by Plo. So Aubrey's dice totally failed him here.
Yes.
Range 3 thing. Jake is no longer allowed to use his range 3 tool on me.
I think it's fitting that the range 3 tool is coming back to bite you once
Yes,
again, Aubrey.
yeah, it is.
That is what's happening here. The force pushing away range 3 is kind of like poetic justice in a way.
I think so.
And if Sheev was watching, he would love every minute of this.
I think he would.
He doesn't have the panda hat. I think
No.
that is the biggest issue, is that Aubrey doesn't have. But to be fair, I think Aubrey's gonna pray. Got it. Okay, Mr. Italico, thanks for watching, man. You take care. You have. Hopefully, you will see you back in chat this weekend.
Have a good time at church, bud. Have a good night.
Right? No panda hat.
Yeah, no. I mean, some people say that it's just not part of him anymore. He's grown out of it.
which is not true because I don't know. For the people that are, if you are at Adepticon, you can come by and there, Aubrey actually has some Momentous Panda and Momentous Panda Trooper stickers that he has made for the weekend. So you can definitely come and see Aubrey for some of
That's true.
his stickers.
Very adorable stickers. Shout out to Ryan for making those.
No, that was Jared.
Oh, that was Jared. Oh, shout
Jared,
out to Jared.
yep. Jared, one of our friends down in Phoenix made a lot of our stickers. He does a lot of the artwork for us and everything like that. So he's fantastic.
He is a cutie pie.
Yeah, fantastic dude.
All right, Aubrey. Don't.
So Aubrey did pull his shatter point as well.
Ooh, you bro.
He is. I mean, but he needs to make a big push here. I think like a wound would be fantastic, and to be able to flip some points back in his favor.
A wound, let alone. Because even all right. In a perfect scenario, he scores 4 points and a wound. That still does not win him the game.
Doesn't win him the game, but it puts him in a pretty like having his momentum about where it is, like getting to that 4 spot on the momentum on the tracker is definitely going to help. But if he scores 4, that puts him at 2. And with the momentum, then he's only 1 away. So I think that puts him in a pretty good position overall.
But dealing with Plo Koon,
Right.
that's tough. It's going to be hard to displacement, if not outnumber him as well.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, Aubrey's going in the tank on this one. I think it's been a pretty
He's using
pretty
his
intense
thinker.
game.
Yeah. He is trying to think his heart out right now. As would I. This is a tough situation.
Yeah, it's a pretty pivotal. I mean, we're like, especially when you get to like this late in the game, there's so many different. The decision points become even more important because like you could just easily lose the game by not making it. And like you've been playing for like these guys have been playing for what, an hour and a half at this point.
I believe so.
So should we call Mission Critical on them just to see if, so we can get to dinner? I think that's what we gotta have to do here.
How long Mission Critical?
I mean, well, the stream's been going on for an hour and 48 minutes. I can honestly say that I would not have a problem calling Mission Critical right now, so I can go get some food.
Same here. How long do you want to do Mission Critical? All right, Mission Critical.
I think you guys are probably only like 2 to 3. You also accept Cutie Pie. All right, good to know. Good to know.
50 minutes. 50 minutes.
I'm not worried about it. Like I said, I think they only have like maybe 2 or 3 more activations, and someone's like if Aubrey has a like. Well, granted, he is going with. Who is Aubrey activating? Has he announced that? I can't hear him. Aubrey's going with Gar again.
Gar going? What a mad lad.
So I mean, I think he drank the Kool-Aid a little bit there when it came to like Gar taking down Shock T like he did before. So I think Aubrey's just a little intoxicated with that sugary goodness that is Kool-Aid of Gar Saxon.
Yeah. I mean, little known fact, Gar Saxon actually trained with Mike Tyson back in the day. So oh man, yes. The mission is food. Mission Critical, the mission is food. That is true. Oh man.
So Big Todd's been trying to is on a one of the weight loss medications and doesn't eat much, and then but at certain points in time, Todd goes, "Oh, I haven't eaten. Oh, all of a sudden I'm starving because I haven't eaten." So yeah, there's a lot of that going on right now. Todd might be a little hangry, and Todd might be a little hangry.
I'm finally indulging in food after fasting for some of this time in March, and I'm also hungry, and I'm hangy. Oh, look at that roll. Well, that is a lot of dice.
All right, yep, quite a bit here for Aubrey.
Yeah, he He's throwing hands. I
Yeah.
told you, he trained with Mike Tyson for a bit. Him and Bo-Katan, they trade with underneath Mike Tyson for a long time.
I don't think that's actually canonically correct, but we'll
It's the canon in my heart.
Yeah.
okay. Well, Aubrey wants to believe it, I guess. At least, just at least for this match.
Gar Tyson and Bo Tyson.
Okay. So that should be it. That one.
Aubrey scoring 3 mission
Scoring
critical.
3
Oh yeah, I forgot.
and mission
I guess they decided to go like.
Well, they have 12 minutes of mission critical.
You wanted me to do
It's fine, man. Whatever you want to do. Yeah, I do.
Todd food. You gotta take care of Todd.
All right, back to Jake. Rolls the fail.
I hope
Moving
Jake gets
over-
like 3 wounds and like wins on mission critical
That would be
because of
freaking
that.
hilarious. Jake kind of looking at everything. He still hasn't. He's trying to decide whether he wants to take Ahsoka out of. No, he didn't. He's debating whether he wants to take Ahsoka out of reserve or go with. I haven't been paying enough attention to. I'm. So he's trying to decide whether he wants to go with the last card in his deck, which is 2/12, or if he wants to sit there and utilize Ahsoka, who is Padawan Ahsoka is in reserves right now.
Sounds right, but like of clan toys. See, someone agrees with me.
Fair enough. Downvoting is pretty good for stuff like that. Alrighty. So he did decide to go with his 2/12.
I mean, hey, 2 models are better than 1.
Climbing up top with the 2/12 to the 1 position. Right there, kind of in the center. And then the other one moving down onto the other point.
I think Jake is planning to make this another struggle.
Looks that way. Really getting onto a bunch of points there.
do attacks. He's gonna shoot into the person who's very close to the
Alright, so doing a couple of attacks here, shooting into.
Only needs 2 to win.
So he's shooting into Gar, who's only alive on 2 right now.
So theoretically, all Jake needs is to go at least 2 down his tree.
2 down the street should do it. Well, let's see, 2/12. I think they do actually have a damage on 1.
I think it's the 6 damage, isn't it?
I thought I heard 4 dice and a bar.
Yeah, so it's 1 in a pin, 1 in a shove.
So
for
they
them.
need 2 here.
They're the ones who like have all of the damage on 4 with 4 damage on their 4th position on their tree.
Woo! Jake did pull it out. He got the 2 and the shove.
2 and the shove.
That is a wound for Jake. Ooh, that is getting closer and closer.
Yeah, like Aubrey's entire game has been kind of brutalized by Bo-Katan being out of position the entire game, which was solid by Jake. Jake just keeping her kind of completely, her bubble completely turned off.
With 3 Force users that are allowed to push, it
Yeah.
is hard to
The
neglect that.
the force push was fantastic for him all game. Like, yes, it is force intensive, but I believe he got it off like free at least once or twice there too. So it was just a fantastic overall use of them, and they are great in like the force push is great into there. Now attacking into
No,
Maul
Maul has
on the top of your screen here with the 2/12.
Still on the 6 dice side.
So Maul is on his more defensive 6 dice side, which is pretty solid.
I think Jake needs the 4. Well, he has the 4 that he needs. What is his defense?
But there's a lot of blocks there by
There's a lot of blocks. Well,
a lot of expertise turns into a lot of blocks. So like, no, I don't think he even got a single one through there.
no, not that time. He really needed that. He needed that wound.
Range 3 makes a combat action. This unit may jump, which clears your pins, and then makes a 5 attack.
So now he's jumping and making a 5 dice attack.
We're doing the Siege of Mandalore here. All right.
The Siege of Mandalore. Ooh.
So yeah, Ahsoka comes in hot,
And heavy.
right? Just with a 5 dice attack too. That's what's wild.
Sometimes those 5 dices just hit like a truck.
So yeah, 2 crits.
Yeah, 2 going down Padawan Ahsoka Street isn't that bad.
2 damage, shove, jump. Not too bad for Ahsoka there.
No. Especially with position being this important in this game.
Right.
Just ignore the shove and then jump. Then 2 damage, which you got already.
Yeah, I think the mission critical is actually going to help Aubrey out here. But again, I think this was just a fun game. These guys actually flying all the way out to Adepticon, and actually literally the first game of Shatterpoint being played at Adepticon.
That is
this
true.
year.
Followed by
Yep.
Nick and Chris.
Yeah, two of the local guys are in the hall here, just playing a little pickup game, getting ready for the weekend because all the tables are set up and everything. So they just decided to come out and have a good old time there. So Jake scores 2. And got his mission critical. Aubrey here now, he has 3 left, or four left spots, but he's going to have the mission critical.
So theoretically, he needs to score at least 3
Yep.
and a wound in order to close this out.
If you flip the point,
So yes, if he scores the priority point +1, so he scores 3,
Yes.
gets a wound, and gets the mission critical, could win the game. So it's a really big swing that he would have to do here.
It's not impossible.
Not impossible, no.
Yeah,
But I don't know what he has. Bow in reserve.
he does, but Aubrey's fallen victim to succeeding way too early. He has now ran out of targets to knock down.
Right.
And not saying that the armor or maul can't handle such damage, but it is easier to attack an easier target that went
Right.
down earlier in the turn.
Right.
Bo-Katan with her tactical advancement is nothing short but perfection. Looking at the
Yeah,
clock,
alright.
gentlemen, 4 minutes and 20 seconds left of mission critical.
I love that you put them on a timer. I don't think Aubrey's going to pull this one out here, though.
No, I think Aubrey needed to have at least saved one of the clones, or save Shock T for a later turn.
Right.
Oh, buddy. Aubrey is committed. Aubrey's committing. He looks like he is going for the focus and attack. He is going to have to hope for this wound.
Are you sure it's not you?
Mm. down to this, folks. 7 dice going to the 212. Clones are the best option as any. Oh boy. Well, sadly for Aubrey, only the crit going through and 2 damage reflecting back on the 212. Not the roll that you wish to see. Aubrey scoring 2 and an extra 1 for mission critical. Two bits left of mission critical.
Yeah, I think both movies have like
No, having the most famous reserve Padawan being the last one to activate. Let's see if Jay can score it in the bag.
That's not good. All right, man.
Oh boy. Well, Ahsoka Padawan being the final one up for Jake.
Yep.
No more force for Jake.
She's going to need a big turn
Yep,
here.
and this is coming down to just
Well, this is
dice against dice.
Right. It will be refreshing here, though, so. Three fails. Aubrey only had 2 blocks here, though. 2 blocks, 2
That's-
fails.
It's not terrible. Three down her tree isn't a lot.
Jake's like, sounds pretty resigned here. He doesn't. I don't think he got quite enough to sit there and do what he needs to.
Yeah. I mean, the 2 damage, obviously not enough, but the expose and the jump, I don't think Jake survives.
No. So Jake is only scoring the 1 point.
Yep.
Scores 1, gets 2, each get an expertise. Aubrey's going to win no matter what. All he has to do is start the turn. End the game.
Aubrey takes it.
Yeah. All right, well, thanks, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow for the stream. I hope everyone had a good time. Talk to you later.
Good night.